In this video, we're going to talk about how to install Anaconda Navigator and get to reading files on your computer with Python and creating graphs out of them. The previous video was discussing how to create a graph, but I wanted to give you the entire picture, as it's quite easy and simple to create a graph. As long as you just install a few things and run a few pieces of code, you'll be able to create your own graph with your own data set in this video. And this video is different from other tutorials, as it is showing how you can create your own data set. So let's get started. First of all, so you're going to go to anaconda.org, then click on Download Anaconda. Once you've gotten to this page, simply click on the download link right here. Click Save. Now wait for it to download. Click Open when done. Now we have the installation complete. Basically, you just have to click Next and then read it and say you agree and select some more options. I would, in terms of advice for the options, I would add Python as my default Python code handler, because then you're able to use a lot more frameworks with the Anaconda 3, whereas if you just download Python from their website, you're not going to get that many options. Now, since we have Anaconda installed on the computer, we're going to get started with Anaconda itself. And now I just searched Anaconda Navigator and then I opened it up. Now that we have Anaconda Navigator installed on our computer, we're going to launch Jupyter Notebook. Now this is going to load a page in your browser, and this will be your local host. You can't host it on a website. A lot of tutorials that you may find will have it to where you can have it hosted on a website, and then you don't even need to install Anaconda. However, these tutorials also don't give you data sets that you create by yourself, usually, from what I have seen. So that is why we're going to do all this by ourselves. So we're going to click on Brave, because it's a browser that I use, and then click OK. Alright, now we have Excel opened up, and technically you can also do this with Google Sheets. However, what I have been using is Excel, and you probably will be able to use this with Google Sheets. But we're going to use Excel for this tutorial. So you can get started by simply having X and then Y, and then you have the different variables here. And then with these different variables that you have, you can conclude that Y equals 2 times X. However, we're not going to go with basic variables, as we're not going to just go with structured ones, as that's not how most data sets are. They consist of numerous different types of slopes and intercepts, so we're going to have to instead get our own data that's much more complex, and it will still be good for a beginner to use. So we're going to use some real life data. And this data is going to be from the CIA World Factbook. We're going to draw data from different countries, and then with the data from different countries, we are going to use that data and determine a trend. Now, for this video, we're only going to use 5 different countries. However, you're able to access all of the CIA Factbook information on the CIA's website. Now, we're going to delete these rows. And then we're going to get the data onto here. We have the raw data right here, but we want to optimize this for the different GDP per capitas and their values. So we're going to sort this by ascending, and we're going to expand the selection to where it'll work for all the rows that we have selected here, not just the specific column B. As you can see here, we have the different cells sorted out to where it starts at the lowest GDP per capita value and goes to the highest one. Now that we've done this, let's go click on Save As. We'll save this to my PC, and we will call this Python tutorial table. Well, to make this work better, we'll just not have any underscores for this to avoid running into any issues when we are reading this file. Now, before I forget, we need to have underscores here. That way we don't forget, or that way the system will be able to read this. That Python will be able to read this. And as you can see right here, we should be all prepared for this. So we're just going to save it. Now, something else that you'll want to consider is where you're going to save this file. Now, I already saved this to my computer. However, this will not be able to read the file. So, in order to have it to where Jupyter can read this file, we're going to have to put it in the same folder. So I'll show you that. So, once you have your main Jupyter page up, open up a new folder. As you can see here, we have untitled folder. I had an issue with recording the file explorer that I have open. However, I was able to get this to work. As you can see here, I have this untitled folder that I created by clicking New and then Folder, and then I searched for the file that I already had created, dragged that into the folder, and I was able to get the Excel file and the Python notebook file that I have right here into the folder. Now we're going to open up this from the folder on here. Now that we have this here, let's type read pd.read underscore xlsx, and then in parentheses we'll put in the name of this file right here. You can just copy and paste it, and then it should work just fine. And I almost forgot here, Excel is what you need to type, not XLSX. And you're going to have to put the .xlsx name at the end. Alright, now we're finally getting for it to read. I forgot about the quotes. Now that we have this right here, you can see that we have the different countries, the GDP per capita, and the percentage of people with improved drinking water, all right here. And by the way, if you ever have to make changes to your file, you'll want to be sure to reload it, and we'll also want to make sure that this data has changed here. So let's restart and run all the cells here. As you can see right here, we got the changes made. The plt.plot did not show anything because we haven't plotted this yet. Now, let me catch up with what I was typing here. Data equals this. When you have the data be equal to the read Excel code, then you are able to get the matplotlib framework to work with this. Otherwise, it won't know which type of, or which data set you want to work with. So that is why you put in data. We're going to do data.gdp per capita. Copy and paste the name, comma, and then we're going to copy and paste drinking water improved percentage. So simply put in data dot and then drinking water improved percentage. And as you can see right here, we got ourselves our first graph. Now, to make this more of a legit graph, we're going to put in xlabel.plt going to put in purchasing GDP per capita, purchasing power parity. Hold on. And then we have plt.x label and then plt.y label, which can be improved drinking water. Percentage of, we can put in percentage of people with access to improved drinking water. As you can see right there, we got ourselves a nice graph and we've got ourselves an image, all made from scratch. Now you can use all these skills to create your own custom graphs and not just go off whatever datasets are presented in a tutorial. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more tutorials, news, and projects like this. Have a great day.